I think that we were moving in such a good direction in the past when we had options for public school, Catholic school, private school, charter school, homeschooling. What I've discovered in the last year, because I tried to start a charter school for skilled trades, is that one of the real barriers that we have is that we're not fairly funding each model. So public school and private school or public and Catholic get funded at a rate of about $11,000 per student. Charters get the full per student grant, but not the same amount for capitals. So it's a huge disadvantage in trying to get the building set up. Private schools only get funded at 70% of the basic per student grant, and homeschooling only gets funded at a rate of $850. So our members have talked about wanting us to move to more of a voucher style system being pioneered in Arizona. Actually, they're the ones who have, I think, moved the furthest along with what they call empowerment scholarship accounts. And the way they do it is they give $7,000 per student, and it's universal, so the child can go to the school of their choice. It's still $4,000 less than what is in the public school system. So it's an interesting model for us to have a look at. And I think when you look at that type of approach, that would make a lot more sense in trying to create some parity across the different approaches. Homeschooling is a little bit of a different case, though. I've talked to homeschooling families, and they think that the 850 is too lean, but have suggested that maybe a doubling of that might be in order to allow for the cost of additional curriculum. But the main thing is we've got to get back to the approach of funding following the student, that the dollars should be related to the particular cost of educating that child, because otherwise we're not going to expand the number of choices. Because the model works only for those schools with declining enrollment. So maybe we keep that weighted average model in areas to create some stability if they're having difficulty attracting students, and that would allow for a period of time where they're not penalized for low enrollment, and they have a period of time that they would be able to correct course. But it doesn't work at all for growing schools. So perhaps a hybrid model might be in order so that we protect the declining school enrollments as they figure out ways to turn things around. But I really want to make sure that we have an incentive-based model in place, because there's all sorts of new fabulous ideas coming up from parents. Parents are asking for more choice. They're looking around the world. They're seeing more choice. They have the experience with homeschooling. And I think that there's a real appetite for us to move in the direction, at least in baby steps, towards what we're seeing in Arizona, which I'll be watching over the next couple of years. Thanks, John.